see the text from.
And now the starting lineup for your Birmingham Legion FC. Goalkeeper number 1, Max Van Ogle. Defender number 3, Captain Bonwell Kavita. Defender number 21, Alex Cornali. Defender number 27, Thomas Bancanzio. Midfielder number 20, Johnny D. Midfielder number 20, Zach Haribo. Midfielder number 6, Anderson Asianu. Midfielder number 5, Mikey Lopez. Forward number 19, Enzo Martinez. Forward number 11, Marlon Santos. Birmingham Legion FC is led by head coach Tony Bone.
I saw that, yeah. And I ran into Clayton, too. Yeah. ESPN Plus, let's get it. Alrighty. Yeah, Clayton was pretty upset because obviously they've known about that for. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, I think. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, all the people are going to be here in the stadium anyway, so. Let's get it. And the ESPN Plus is just for.
Well, Birmingham Legion FC have played one of the toughest schedules to start this 2022 season, and it certainly doesn't get any easier tonight as one of the beasts from the East, Louisville City FC, are in town for a Saturday night showdown in the USL Championship. Greetings from uptown Birmingham, Alabama in Protective Stadium. Our site for tonight's contest presented by the Greater Birmingham Convention and Visitors Bureau, featuring Birmingham Legion FC taking on Louisville City FC. Welcome into our broadcast booth tonight, everybody. Alongside the coach, Mike Evans, I'm Blake Gardner. Happy you could join us. And Mike, last year these two teams went back and forth in that Central Division all year long, and it seemed like every time they met, we were in for a good game.
Yeah, both these teams for the past few years have been fighting for first place in the Eastern Conference. Oddly enough, both teams have done better on the road than they've done at home against each other. Tonight, Legion are certainly hoping to turn that around
and wash away that loss last week against Colorado Springs. But let's start our preview tonight with our impact players, and let's start with the visitors from Kentucky. And the man who's filled in that number 9 slot, that's Wilson Harris.
Well, Wilson Harris was supposed to be filling in for an injured Lancaster up top, but instead he's really taken on the attacking role for this team. He's setting up other players, he's scoring goals, he's become the man.
2 goals plus an assist in just 4 starts. Wilson Harris's Lou City career is off to a fantastic start. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion, been a quiet start to 2022 for Bruno Lapa.
Well, we know that Bruno Lapa can be the guy that sets up goals. He can keep the offense running. He can score goals when he needs to. Whether he's coming off the bench or starting a match, he always has an impact.
Birmingham's certainly going to need to create chances tonight. Bruno Lapa certainly central to that cause. Well, we are just about ready to go in this one. 2 of the top teams in the East from a season ago battle it out for the first time in 2022. It's the 3 Sparks against the boys in purple. Starting lineups and kickoff come your way right after this.
I need to try it first.
Our job is to keep your lights on. That's what you expect and deserve from Alabama Power. Our team works hard to prevent outages, but when they happen, we're on it. And we have some new tools to keep you informed. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see local outages and get repair time updates. Sign up to get personalized outage alerts by text or email for free. While we're out there getting your lights back on, we want you to have the latest information. That's our job, and we're grateful you trust us to serve you.
Breaking in, Kasim! The first goal in Birmingham history is a beauty! Johnson in on goal, it's Daniel Johnson!
Welcome back to our coverage of USL Championship Soccer. Live here from Protective Stadium, Birmingham, Alabama. Time to get a look at each side's starting 11s tonight. Mike, let's start with the visitors from Louisville City FC. Already talked about Wilson Harris up top, but he joins a dangerous trio with Edek Musagalusa and Brian Ownby.
3 really good athletes up top. Musagalusa typically on the left, one of the quickest, most elusive players in the league. Brian Ownby on the right, the man who just is a force of nature.
Meanwhile, on the other side of things for Birmingham Legion FC, head coach Thompson changing it up ever so slightly. Back to 3 at the back tonight for Birmingham.
Yeah, I think the change in the lineup and change of formation is really about matching up with this Louisville City formation. but it's a lot of really dangerous players for Legion up front as well. Martinez and Kasim on the outsides, and then, of course, Marlon Santos, who has already scored and showed how dangerous he can be.
Well, the referees tonight led by the 2020 USL Referee of the Year. That's Elton Garcia, who gets his 4th USL Championship assignment here in 2022 after he saw both teams in the playoffs a season ago. Refereed Birmingham against Tampa and then Miami against Louisville last season's playoffs. There's Danny Cruz, the head man at Louisville City, permanently. Now his 2nd season as the manager after getting named the permanent head coach last October. And there's head coach Tom Stone, now in his 4th season at the helm of Birmingham Legion FC. 3 trips to the playoffs in as many seasons, trying to make it 4 for 4 and bounce back after a less than stellar start here in 2022. Just about ready to go tonight from Protective Stadium in Birmingham, Alabama. Absolutely gorgeous night for soccer. 67 degrees at kickoff. Birmingham Legion in black, Louisville City in white and purple. And with that, we are underway. The first minute of tonight's game is presented by Fleetio.
Legion early, going long, trying to just cause some chaos as they serve that ball up from Marlon Santos.
Santos, Enzo Martinez, Prosper Kasim up front for Birmingham Legion FC. The boys in purple get their first look at their Central Division rivals from a season ago. The 8th time these two clubs have met since Birmingham came into the USL Championship back in 2019. That includes a couple of matchups in 2019 in the regular season, plus the US Open Cup match where Louisville City knocked Birmingham out of the last iteration of that tournament. No matchups in 2020, but plenty of head-to-head battles a season ago. Lopez's pass cut off. Mushagalusa keys the attack. Still Mushagalusa. Taken off his foot by Van Kaziel. Lou City can reset the attack. Perez, his cross well beyond everybody. And just a goal kick for Matt Van Oekel. And it gives us a chance to look at tonight's injury report. Let's start first with Louisville City. Oscar Jimenez once again out of action for Lou City tonight, as is Cameron Lancaster. That lower leg injury will cost him a good chunk of this 2022 campaign. Meanwhile, Niall McCabe officially questionable coming into the night. He did not make the trip down to Birmingham for this contest. For Birmingham Legion FC, once again without Freddie Kleeman due to that knee injury he suffered against Tulsa. Hope to get more information on that next week. And Matthew Corcoran officially questionable with that knee coming into the night. Birmingham trying to build him back up to full fitness before he appears in the 18 here in 2022. Josh Winder, Madou Dia, his pass ping pongs back to Alex Crognale, who's back in the lineup, and a lovely ball over the top to free Marlon Santos. Santos on the run, has Enzo Martinez with him. Opted to go for goal instead, and it's the first save of the night for Kyle Morton.
Tough angle to shoot from, and Enzo Martinez certainly wanted the pullback at the top of the 18, but Marlon Santos is a goal scorer. He's used to taking shots from tough angles. He's seen enough of them go in that when he gets a clear look, he's typically going to take that shot.
Santos did score in his Birmingham Legion regular season debut, week 1 on that Sunday afternoon against Tampa Bay Rowdies to earn Legion their lone point of the season so far, that 1-1 draw against the Rowdies. Good work by Johnny Dean to bring that one down out of the air. So Martinez trying to play through to Santos, who wasn't quite making that run just yet. Mike, this gives us a chance to look at our keys to the game tonight. Let's start with Louisville City, unbeaten so far in 2022. How do they keep that going tonight?
Well, one of the real keys is figuring out what shape is going to work for them, what formation. They've played with 3 in the back last game. Looks like they've started this match with 4 and then changed to a 3, so that'll really be one of the keys. And then corner kicks, they're very dangerous, especially in their last match. They scored and hit the post on corners, so that's something that Legion are going to have to watch out for. For Legion, it's about finding the net. They've struggled to score goals. They need to try and get the first goal so they're not chasing the game. And they've just got to believe in themselves. They know they're a good team. It's tough when you haven't gotten results in your first 3, but they just got to keep believing in what they're doing.
First of two meetings here in 2022 between Birmingham and Louisville City. Alex Crognale trying to usher it back to Matt Van Oekel, who had to leave his feet, but eventually did get there. 35-year-old still looking spry in between the posts for Legion FC. So Martinez back out wide. Dean on the run. Dean trying to win the foot race. Was he taken down? Referee said no, but he does point to that corner flag. It's an early corner for Birmingham Legion, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
It had to either be a foul or a corner, one or the other. Legion, I think, would be happy with either one. An opportunity to bring the big guys forward and serve a ball into a dangerous position.
So Dean earns the first corner of the match. It's Enzo Martinez over to that flag, the former North Carolina Tar Heel. Martinez towards the back post. Kavita kept it in the mix before it was cleared away as far as Asiadu. Kasim. Dean still has Martinez out wide, uses him. Martinez a second serve. Crognale almost got there, still loose before Morton makes sure it goes wide of the post.
That was a great service from a difficult position. Alex Crognale, I couldn't tell whether he touched it or almost touched it, but clearly just an inch away from getting on the end of that and maybe putting it in the net.
It was an athletic play by the young 16-year-old Josh Winder, getting the start tonight for Lou City. His touch sent it away from the frame of goal. He's also the man down right now. Already the fourth start here in 2022 for Winder, who has proved to be a big part of Lou City's plans this year, but he's still down on the floor at the moment.
Referee has not waved the trainers on.
Now he has. One more look at the play here. Perhaps maybe that left leg just getting caught on the turf as he slid to ground.
He was certainly at full stretch trying to reach that ball. Did well to get on the end of it.
Danny Cruz and his staff look on in a bit of concern. An early injury knock for Lou City on the road. We'll see if hopefully maybe it's just something in Winder's eye that is causing the problem at the moment. Maybe some of those black pellets sprung up, got a piece of the eyeball. That probably doesn't feel great.
They're trying to wash something out, so there's definitely something in there. If it was a contact out of place, you wouldn't be pouring water in his eyes. So I would bet you're right that one of the little black pellets from the turf got caught under an eyelid or something like that.
So he's off for the moment. The second corner kick serve finds the gloves of Morton. Morton lets the boys in purple reorganize before putting the ball back in play. What a big signing Kyle Morton has been for Louisville City. Spent last season under contract with Houston Dynamo, then loaned out to Memphis 901, which is where Birmingham saw him a few times a season ago. He solidified the goalkeeper spot so far this year for Lou City. Good work by Masoso to keep, or Mushagalusa to keep that in play. Lopez there to track back with him and knocks it over the end line. So the first corner kick of the night coming for Lou City, thanks to the explosive run from Enoch Mushagalusa.
Last season, Mushagalusa was the offense for Sporting KC2. He would get the ball and just run at people 1v1. He's an extremely dangerous player.
So after a corner on one side, a corner on the other, Corbin Bone to provide the in-swinger. Headed across the face of goal, Perez brings it down. Still Perez. Another serve, Alex Crognale sends it away. Asiadu trying to corral it, couldn't. Now Legion might have a chance to break. Zach Arivo with a bit of space in front of him. So Martinez supplying the width. Dean playing the run as well. Martinez opts to switch across the park. Alex Crognale back in the starting 11 tonight after missing the last contest due to red card suspension from his double yellowing at Tulsa. Sharpie beats Dean to that ball over the top. Sharpie lets it go over the inline. Throw in for Dean near the flag.
Sharpie made a little bit of a mistake. He wanted to play the ball back to his keeper. He just wasn't sure about Johnny Dean's pace. Took an extra touch, and before he knew it, he was in the corner under pressure. Just let it roll out.
Martinez, lovely tackle to win it back. Still Martinez. Fought off it in the end, but Asiadu brings it back under control for Birmingham.
Louisville City defending very narrow, leaving the two wingbacks wide open on both sides of the field.
Mikey Lopez on one side, Johnny Dean on the other. That's a lovely ball from Kernali to find Dean. Martinez on the turn. An ambitious effort, but nowhere near the frame.
Enzo Martinez acting as if that ball was deflected. Pretty ambitious shot, turning and pivoting as he strikes the ball from the corner of the 18.
So 10 minutes in, scoreless between Legion FC and Lou City. Birmingham fans, 2022 Legion FC season tickets are available now and start at just $100 for a 17-game regular season. Get yours today at bhmlegion.com/2022 tickets or by calling 205-791-7145. Again, 2022 Legion FC season tickets. bhmlegion.com/2022 tickets. Santos flicks it in the direction of Kasim. Instead, it's Winder back on the pitch who heads it to a white shirt. Ushigalusa looking for his former Sporting Kansas City teammates, Wilson Harris. Speed to burn tonight up front for Louisville City between Mushigalusa, Ownby, and Harris. So Martinez back on it. Kasim's making the run down the middle. Kasim in on goal. Still Kasim trying to turn against Dia. And a good job by Sharpie to provide some help at the end.
Some really good defending in the end, but a great run from Prosper Kasim, splitting the defense wide open, and a terrific ball played into his path.
Birmingham have had a good chunk of the ball here in the early going. Trying to stay on the front foot here. Lopez's cross finds Morton instead. Seeing an aggressive attacking mentality so far from Birmingham through a dozen minutes.
When we talked to Danny Cruz earlier in the week, he talked about how important it was to get off to a fast start and to be the aggressive team. But it's been Legion FC that's been the aggressor so far. There's no question about that.
Louisville City have played 3 of their first 4 contests tonight at the friendly confines of Lynn Family Stadium. They've been very, very good there. An uneven 90-minute performance against Indy 11 a week ago, really the lone blemish. Otherwise, maximum points taken from contest against Atlanta United 2, the Miami FC, and New York Red Bulls 2.
There's also a difference between playing on natural grass and turf. This is a beautiful surface, but it does roll different, bounce different, skip different than natural grass, and it may take a little while to get used to the way this particular field bounces.
Winder connects with Wes Sharpie. Sharpie back out to the wide man, Mushigalusa, but field not big enough to hold that pass.
It's a pretty big field.
Yeah, you got to hit a ball quite a ways to not keep it in between the touchlines here. So Mikey Lopez gets a new ball. Fan Select is celebrating its 75th anniversary. He's proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, the league's choice, the player's choice. Lopez, the right wingback tonight for Legion FC. Started this year on the left. He and Johnny Dean have flipped wings over the past couple of contests, and he wins it back for Birmingham here. In tight spaces, Kasim couldn't quite connect the pass. And another throw in coming for Birmingham right in front of the Lou City bench. Lopez, another former North Carolina Tar Heel. Well, the Tar Heel faithful have a big game coming up a little bit later tonight. First things first, take care of business across these 90 minutes here at Protective Stadium. About a quarter hour in tonight from uptown Birmingham.
I'm sure there was a little bit of trash talking in the locker room about basketball before this match. Of course, Jay Heaps, president and GM of the club, played basketball at Duke, so he may have a slight bent towards the Blue Devils.
Winder looking over the top. Brian Owenby, another ACC man for Virginia, runs it down. And here comes Lou City. Owenby out wide. His service driven and blocked by Dean. Owenby wastes no time getting play restarted. Mushagalusa able to keep it in play. Dia trying to provide the overlapping run, but first it's knocked out of play. Amadou Dia throwing it back in. Another first-year man with Lou City. After quite a bit of time in MLS with Sporting Kansas City and a couple of seasons with Phoenix Rising as well. Masoso. Sharpie. Winder looking over the top. Harris able to keep his run onside. No, the flag is up.
That was really, really close. It was a great run from Harris. He checked towards the ball for just half a second to draw the defense up the field and then quickly darted behind, and it was a really well-played ball for him to run onto.
But in the end, the AR's flag did go up. It didn't go up immediately, but did once Harris started getting involved. Van Oekel sends it away. Finds a wide open Johnny Dean, who's got some space to work with. Dean, back post. Santos almost got there. Tried to redirect it on frame. I think, if anything, it got a piece of his hand.
Well, I think he stuck his arm out, knew that he wasn't going to get to it, but a deliberate handball is going to bring out the yellow card. No question, he reached with that arm. He had a big smile on his face. I don't think he thought he was going to get away with anything. He was just having a little bit of fun, but it is a deliberate handball. The referee shows him the yellow.
So Marlon Santos is booked early. Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. It's the first booking we've had tonight. Based on the way cards have been handed out over the first 3 weeks or so of the season, kind of surprised it took us this long. And it wasn't even for physical contact. It was for Santos putting his hand out there.
For having too much fun.
Oval bring it back down to the floor. Corbin Bone trying to connect passes as he sinks a little bit deeper in midfield along with Masoso. There's Manny Perez, former Austin FC man. Bone back over the top for Perez. The flag stays down for Perez's run. He cuts it back. Del Piccolo has his shot blocked by Lopez. A huge defensive play by Lopez.
Mikey Lopez with the defensive play of the game so far. A great attack from Louisville City. A terrific ball played right to the penalty spot. Mikey Lopez, disciplined as always, does the work and gets there.
Del Piccolo made the perfect run right to the top of the penalty spot, as you said. Looked like he was going to have a clean look until Lopez left his feet at the last moment. Here come Louisville City again. Del Piccolo plays it early. Kavita plays it back towards the touchline. And a throw in coming here for Lou City. Paulo Del Piccolo scored a career-high 9 goals a season ago. Was oh so close to having a clean look at the frame just about a minute or so ago. Bone finds a bit of space. So does Brian Owenby. Ownby turns and runs. Still Brian Ownby, his shots! And Van Oekel strong enough to hold it.
Legion FC had a lot of people in the right positions, but Brian Ownby is just so quick. We'll see it here on this replay. Just pushes it past everybody and strikes the ball pretty cleanly. Matt Van Oekel in the right place.
First save of the night for Matt Van Oekel. 20th minute here at Protective Stadium, Birmingham, Alabama. Early chances and attacking opportunities belong to Legion FC, but now Louisville City starting to assert themselves a little bit more. Dia, his pass cut out by Aravo. Anderson Asiadu hasn't had a ton of the ball early. Johnny Dean certainly has. Asiadu connects with Zach Aravo. Birmingham got a boost tonight when they got both Zach Aravo and Alex Cronali back in the lineup, but they've turned it over here. Harris doesn't have much in the way of support, tried to go to ground. The referee says no. And Aravo clattered from behind. Referee saw the foul, but is opting to play the advantage. Dean working with Enzo Martinez on that far side. Dean back to Tomas Van Kazeel. Legion will build up a little bit more deliberately here. Cronali looking over the top for Lopez. Winder heads it towards the touchline. Now he's allowed to clear it away. Del Piccolo. Mushagalusa has some space to run. Winder searching for options. Mushagalusa certainly is one, as Dia has cut inside a little bit. But Mike Louisville starting to put their foot on the ball a little bit more here, especially over the last 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes.
I agree. Louisville City starting to find their footing, getting more and more comfortable on the ball.
This Birmingham backline has come up with a couple of key interventions, key interceptions. Dean almost fought off it by Perez. Keeps possession, finds the waiting feet of his goalkeeper, Matt Van Oekel. About halfway through our opening 45 minutes. Birmingham controlled the first 10, 11 minutes or so. Louisville has controlled the subsequent 10, 11 minutes or so. But both sides still looking for that opening breakthrough.
One of the things you have to love about Louisville City is they're always thinking about attack. Their outside backs are pushed way up the field.
And Perez trying to make something happen along the byline. It was last touched by him. Goal kick coming for Birmingham Legion as Kavita was able to fight him off.
Really good defending from Fanuel Kavita, but 1v1 at the edge of the box, not something that the Legion coaches will be happy watching.
That was right on cue, though. You talked about the fullbacks getting forward for Lou City. Manny Perez trying to make something happen, and now Birmingham trying to create something the other way. Martinez leaves it for Santos. His shots just high and wide.
Well, that's the danger when you send those outside backs up the field like Louisville City loves to do. It leaves you 3-on-2 or 3-on-3 in the back.
Marlon Santos, probably the best opportunity he's had so far in this contest. Just couldn't quite find the frame. But Louisville City give it away. Masoso couldn't get his foot to that pass. Kasim looking for a shooting lane.
Louisville City getting a lot of bodies back very quickly.
Lopez trying to make the run in behind. Mushagalusa got there first. Mushagalusa trying to turn. Aravote takes it off him. A throw coming for Legion FC. Mikey Lopez not too far from his head coach Tom Sohn. Aravote headed touched out of play. So the last man to touch it. Now Erivo will switch it all the way across the park to Thomas Van Kazeel. Legion fans, don't forget to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news. Download the Legion FC app today. And be sure to follow @BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and more. @BHM Legion and the Legion FC app, your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. So Martinez has had quite a bit of the ball early on, connects with Kasim this time. Kasim across the park, Dean. It seems like, Mike, that's been the formula in the first half. Get Dean on the run, Enzo Martinez in those half spaces. Birmingham going back to the well once again. Martinez across the floor. Santos almost got there. And Kazeel keeps it down here. Kasim with a shot that pinballs off a defender, and Martinez has the flag go up against him.
Well, just as you were saying, Johnny Dean gets the ball wide on a ball played to him from the center of the park. And then Enzo Martinez finds that little pocket, that half space, ball played back to him, and really good opportunity. This is the second play off the rebound. Martinez clearly just a yard behind the defense.
So a good call by the AR on this near side. Kyle Morton can restart the action for Louisville City. So Martinez has been a dangerous man so far tonight. Man that scored 7 times, set up 5 other goals a season ago. He was playing with Charlotte. He and Johnny Dean have been a dangerous duo so far in this one. But still we play scoreless as we approach the half-hour mark in this first half. Wilson Harris fought off it by Asiadu. And great defensive work by Asiadu. Marlon Santos brought to ground by Winder, free kick given.
There's just so many quick players on the field, both teams pressing each other and then counter-pressing when they lose the ball. It's really just a relentless defensive effort from both teams so far.
Certainly the defense, something Birmingham hung their hat on a season ago, conceding just 16 goals at home in 16 matches all season long in 2021. They conceded twice last weekend here at home against Colorado Springs, an uncharacteristic performance as the Switchbacks came into Birmingham and took all 3 points from Legion FC in that one. But by and large tonight, Birmingham have been an organized bunch so far against Lou City. Perez has some space though, working with Brian Owenby. Bone, Corbin Bone. Harris cuts it inside. Harris tried to leave it, instead Erivo got a touch. And it's comfy for Van Opel in the end.
It was an inch-perfect pass from Corbin Bone to Harris. Threaded the needle to find his feet, but Harris just couldn't keep control, wasn't quite sure whether to pass it or shoot it himself.
Kasim, his first touch takes him inside and couldn't keep his feet. Free kick given, and a yellow card is shown to the captain, Paolo Del Piccolo.
Del Piccolo took a little whack at the back of his Achilles tendon as he was running by. That's why the yellow card.
Kasim coming up wincing a little bit. Yeah, right there.
Studs to the back of the ankle do not feel good.
Kasim, the 25-year-old Ghanaian, able to walk it off. Del Piccolo is booked. Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm, and now each side has been shown a yellow card so far in this first half. Alex Cronali waiting the whistle so he can go ahead and restart play. And all the way it goes to Kyle Morton. Birmingham fans, the team is back in the U.S. Open Cup this Thursday, April 7th at 7 o'clock Central Time at the University of Alabama Soccer Stadium in Tuscaloosa. Head to bhmlegion.com for more info. Black and Gold return to Protective Stadium next Sunday, April 10th at 4 o'clock Central Time to face Hartford Athletic. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com/tickets. So a double match week coming next week for Birmingham and a bulk of the USL Championship as the U.S. Open Cup is back in action here in 2022. Bone, his pass just a bit beyond Harris. Still work to be done, and Asiadu's acrobatic clearance gets it far away from danger for the moment. And Kassim was fouled as his jersey was tugged by Masoso.
He's having a little word with the referee, telling him every time I have it, they're trying to foul me.
And Birmingham on the quick restart tried to find Enzo Martinez running into space instead. The flag up against him. So a free kick for Louisville City. Manny Perez puts it back in play. Less than a quarter hour left in our opening 45 minutes. Been an even match so far between two of the teams that were among the best in the Eastern Conference a season ago. Birmingham knocked out of the playoffs last year by eventual Eastern Conference champions, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, who beat Louisville City in that Eastern Conference championship match. Eighth overall meeting between these two clubs tonight. The previous 7, Birmingham have 7 points. Louisville City has taken 13. And a chance to attack here. Corbin Bone on the run. Out wide for Dia. Dia's service. Headed away by Van Kaziel. Enzo Martinez able to bring it down. And Martinez wants to play quickly. His pass doesn't quite reach Prosper Kassim.
Legion have tried to play a number of balls directly over the top, looking for players running behind the Louisville City defense. That one just didn't quite have enough oomph on it to get there.
Dia looking for Harris against Kavita. Harris got the cross away, but there was nobody home. And it's comfortable in the end for Dean and Van Oekel. Wilson Harris has had to do quite a bit of work up top so far tonight for Louisville City. Not a ton to show for it just yet. "32 minutes gone here, Protective Stadium in Birmingham. An absolutely gorgeous night. Thanks for joining us. Everyone watching on ESPN Plus, Blake Gardner, Mike Edmond here with you. Manny Perez off and running into space once again. Dean able to track him down right as they both arrive in the area. And Owenby had to go off his stud as it went over the touchline. Man, that has been a fun foot race to follow so far in this one. Johnny Dean working against Manny Perez on that side.
Some very quick athletes going at each other. So far, it's been a stalemate.
Perez, the 23-year-old from NC State. Birmingham Legion saw him quite a bit when he was with North Carolina FC. Spent last year with Austin up in MLS, but back in the USL Championship this year. And so Martinez, a shot from distance. And Morton makes sure he had that post covered.
So Martinez not happy with himself. He had some space, could have kept going with the ball, but opted for the shot from distance. Just didn't hit it the way he wanted to.
And so Martinez officially credited with 3 chances created so far in 2022. He's on pace right now to create as many or more just in this contest tonight. As Morton sends this towards the direction of Owenby.
So far, Legion FC, their center backs have won every ball that's been played in the air, in and around them.
Martinez, Dean, back to Martinez. Can he keep it in play? Not quite.
Difficult one-touch passing. Almost pulled it off, but the ball just skidded out of bounds.
Fancy USL Championship on ESPN moves into April. San Diego Loyal SC welcome El Paso Locomotive FC for an early season showdown Sunday, April 3rd, 5 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 o'clock Central Time on ESPN Deportes. Again, tomorrow, Sunday, April 3rd, San Diego Loyal, El Paso Locomotive. Excellent contest out west. We've got a great one here in the east tonight in Birmingham. Loose City and the Birmingham Legion. Mushagalusa's cross is cut out by Kavita. Siadu trying to hold it up through a crowd. Can only get it as far as Winder. Here's Brian Obi. Perez back to the center backs to make sure everyone can get reorganized.
Louisville City has taken more and more control of the passing and the possession. Right now it's about 60-40 in their favor, but it's 70-30 in favor of Legion when it comes to aerial duels and tackles on the ground. So Legion are winning the physical battle, Louisville City winning the possession battle so far.
That was almost an outstanding turn by Harris and a good job by Dean to play it off Owenby over the inline for a goal kick. This is kind of more the Birmingham Legion we're familiar with. An organized, gritty, physical defensive team.
I would think that this half has gone just the way Tommy Sohn would have hoped. They've had a couple of chances. They've been dangerous on their quick attacks. They've defended really well and battled hard. They're holding a team that's in first place in the Eastern Conference to no real great chances to score so far in these first 36 minutes.
Probably the best opportunity Louisville City have had belonged to Del Piccolo, but his shot was blocked by Lopez. Enzo Martinez running at the defense again. Kasim tees it up, Santos! Kyle Morton up to the task.
Once again, it's the quick attack that creates the chance on goal for Legion.
Louisville City trying to counter back the other direction. Alex Crognali trying to usher this over the inline, and he does.
Really nice passing as you see on the replay. Martinez to Prosper Kasim, laid back, and a pretty well hit ball by Marlon Santos.
Van Okel sends it away. Less than 8 minutes to go here in our opening 45. Brian Owenby trying to touch it around Van Kaziel. Kavita got there to help out his partner.
Really well done by Johnny Dean. That's a tough ball to get to, much less keep possession.
Dean lost it there. Good defense from Lou City. Brian Owenby in a crowd. His pass cut out by Aravo. A good one-touch pass. Martinez frees Asiadu. Here comes Birmingham on the counter again. Asiadu still with it at his feet. Martinez now. Martinez cuts it inside. Still Martinez. Right at Kyle Morton, who covers it up.
It was a 4-on-3 break. Really well taken by Enzo Martinez. Ball eventually got to his feet. Beat his man, got the shot off, but Kyle Morton standing tall in the right place.
Here the Lou City faithful across the way that have made the trip down appreciate the efforts of their goalkeeper. The positioning of Morton was good, and Martinez couldn't beat him that time around. Lou City have had more of the ball. Birmingham have had a few of the better scoring opportunities so far in this first half. Dia trying to fight off Lopez. His cross only finds the feet of Kavita. Kasim able to keep it against Del Piccolo. Santos chopped down from behind, free kick given. And Aravo trying to restart play quickly and was hit in the face by Masoso. And now the skirmish continues as Kavita gets into the mix, the Birmingham captain. Both sides need to get under control here.
Referee's got some tough decisions to make here. Hands to the face oftentimes is a red card. Zach Arivo certainly went down hard. I'm not sure he was hit quite as hard as he went down, but it could be a finger to the eye. Yellow card to Kavita for joining the fray.
And a yellow card shown to Napo Masoso as well, who is the reason Zach Arivo is down. And Birmingham not pleased at all with the decision of Elton Garcia here. So everyone's shaking hands and is good to go. Garcia. Make sure Arivo is all right. Pair of yellow cards brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. And neither was for the original foul called, as Marlon Santos was the one that hit the floor. One more look at it here. There's the foul on Winder. And then here's the skirmish, and it was a hand to the face of Zach Arivo. And it's an exasperated Legion FC touchline down below as they just saw the replay on the video board for the first time. Louisville City might have caught a break. And now Elton Garcia, the referee, is going to have a second discussion with his assistant referee.
I'm not sure if he saw the replay on the board or what it is. They're certainly talking.
Again, our officials tonight, Elton Garcia, the leader, Zach McWhorter and Austin Holtz are the assistant referees. And Garcia has taken out the yellow card, says no yellow, and he's reaching for the back pockets. And Napo Masoso has been shown red, and his night comes to a close. Goodness. A decision changed by Elton Garcia and his refereeing crew is going to reduce Louisville City to 10 men.
You don't see it very often. Referees don't like to change their calls, but they had a discussion. There's no question the hand came up to the face of Zach Arivo. He may have gone down a little too easy, but it doesn't change the fact that you cannot put your hand in the face of an opponent. I think the referees got this call correct, even though Louisville City won't like the call. I think this referee has done the right thing.
It may have been the correct call in the end, but I'm sure the Lou City faithful not pleased that Garcia initially showed yellow, and then only after the replay on the video board happened, he put the yellow back in his pocket, had more discussions with the officials down below, and showed Masoso as marching orders instead.
And it may be that he saw the board. It seemed a little bit more like he was getting a word in his ear from the assistant referee, who maybe had a little clearer angle, a better view of the hand to the face.
So Louisville City playing with 10 men the rest of the night, and they have got a ways to go to play with 10 men here, as we have not yet reached halftime. Free kick given as Kasim was chopped down. So a Birmingham Freightliner free kick coming for the boys in attack black.
There really haven't been that many fouls, certainly not many free kicks around the box for either team so far tonight.
It's Kasim all the way, looking over the top for the run of Lopez. And the safe play made there by Dia to head it over the end line. Chick-fil-A corner kick coming for Legion FC. But wow, how this game has changed here late in the first half. An even affair for most of the night. Louisville City reduced to 10 men. Kasim's service just beyond Marlon Santos. Cleared as far as Enzo Martinez.
Louisville City has had a greater amount of possession so far, but I think we're going to see that start to change as they are forced to sit back and defend a little bit deeper.
We'll see if the shape of Lou City changes as well. Down one of their central midfielders, Masoso. Right now it kind of looks like 4-3-2 for Lou City with Owenby and Wilson Harris up top. Down below, the fourth official indicating to both benches that 3 minutes of stoppage time are coming as a foul is given. Brian Owenby brought to ground. Manny Perez down below continues to have words with the assistant referee around the midway stripe.
Louisville City certainly upset with the call, upset with the change of the call. Emotions are going to be running high as they go to the locker room here at the end of this first half.
Owenby served towards the back post. Harris couldn't quite get there in the end. Lopez only clears it as far as Mushagalusa. We've played 45 minutes in this first half, and it is confirmed 3 additional minutes to close out the first half, brought to you by UAB Medicine. Crognale looking for the run of Marlon Santos, running down the back of Winder. Winder can only play it over the touchline. Back to Van Kaziel. And right now it looks like this game is going to head to halftime scoreless, but there will be plenty of tactics talked on both sides. Birmingham are going to have 45 minutes to try to find a go-ahead goal up a man. And this trip to Birmingham just got significantly tougher for a Lou City side that came into the night unblemished so far through their first 4 contests this year. And so Martinez, Noshheim finding space. Dean out wide. Dean. His cross finds Dia. Asiadu late arriving. Asiadu able to bring it down. Asiadu's shot is blocked. There's Aravo.
What a first touch from Anderson Asiadu.
Right. That's played all the way back to Matt Van Okel, who's able to run it down. Crognale trying to pick up his head and look over the top, but only finds Kyle Morton instead. About 30 seconds left in our first half. Opening first few minutes belong to Birmingham. Next 10, 11, or 12 minutes belong to Lou City. But the biggest play so far tonight was the initial yellow card that instead turned red, shown to Napo Masoso in minute number 42. And it looks like that might be our final play of this first half. Elton Garcia blows his whistle. And the first 45 minutes comes to a close. We knew it would be a tough fight and a big-time battle between Birmingham Legion and Louisville City. So far, through 45 minutes, this contest has lived up to the billing. Plenty to talk about at halftime for both sides. As Louisville City tries to fight down a run. Talked to Mikey Lopez earlier this week, his thoughts on this 2020 at halftime of our coverage of USL Championship Soccer here from Protective Stadium in Birmingham.
One more.
One more.
One more, please.
One more, guys, one more. Set, up.
Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more.
Oh, one more.
Wow! Do it one more time. Do it one more time.
To Jack's new Southern Barbecue Pub Burger.
Cheers.
Jack's new Southern Barbecue Pub Burger. It's everything you love and more, more, more. 2 juicy patties topped with melty cheese, crispy bacon, French fried onions, and tangy barbecue sauce. Enjoy every bite with a side of crinkle fries.
Another round? You're buying.
Jack's, all about the South.
I'm here with Mikey Lopez from Birmingham Legion FC. Mikey, it's kind of an exciting time of year, not just for Legion, but for all soccer fans around the world with World Cup qualifying coming to a close. Have you been watching the game?
Oh, definitely. I've been watching a lot of the UEFA qualifiers, CONCACAF qualifiers, and saw some of the CAF qualifiers yesterday. So it's been an amazing time, even though not many people really like international break because of the clubs aren't playing, but it's been a really good time for international games for sure.
How do you feel the U.S. team has done over the past few games?
Yeah, I think they've done well. I mean, getting a point at Azteca is always a difficult thing to do, and I think they did well there. And getting those really needed 3 points at home is definitely good.
As a team, do you guys go and watch the games, or is it more bantering about games when you get to the field?
Yeah, no, we definitely did. This past weekend after our game, we all got together and watched a lot of the games going on Sunday, a lot of the qualifiers and some March Madness stuff going on that day. So we all got together and watched those games. So yeah, we do get together to watch them.
Do you go and join some of the other soccer fans at some of the establishments around town, or is it a little more private than that?
I haven't. I think it's, I don't know, I'm sure some guys have, but I think it's a little bit more private than that. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure getting together with the fans at watching these qualifiers must be a great experience as well.
When you're on a professional team, you always have an international aspect to your own team. This team has players from a number of different countries.
Yeah.
Does that become a little bit of a rivalry while World Cup qualifying is going on?
Yeah, some, especially with the South American guys. I know like the Brazilians and Uruguay and Enzo, who's Uruguayan. I think they have some banter between themselves, and yeah, I think RJ kind of has some because he's Canadian, and so yeah, I mean there's definitely some.
Yeah, I thought Ryan James might be one of the guys stirring up trouble since Canada has finished in first place.
Yeah, no, he was flying that day, so he was really happy. So and congrats to them. I mean, they've had a great campaign this qualifiers, and they well deserved for them.
Yeah. So away from soccer a little bit, just you've been here 4 years now, or almost 4 years. Is Birmingham starting to feel like hometown to you?
Yes, yeah, for sure. I mean, I do like the city. I do like the people here, and it's been they've been really welcoming since day one. So I mean, yeah, we've been in love with the city.
When you get away from the sport, try to have some private time, where do you like to go? What do you like to do?
To be completely honest, I'm really a homebody. I like being at home with my wife and my dog. So yeah, just a lot of times we stay at home, but we do love food. So every once in a while we'll go out and check out the food scene in the city.
Well, Mikey, we appreciate you taking time to talk with us. Wish you the best the rest of the year.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I'm on that routine. I'm on that routine. crowd is whoop, whoop. You know the crowd is ready. That's it! San Diego Demons!
What's the money? And for a bog! Crash again! There it is! First of the year for San Diego!
And it's into the back of the net! El Paso for a corner and a 10! What a goal! Are you watching Football Americas?
Welcome back here to the Magic City, Birmingham, Alabama, home to Birmingham Legion FC as they take on Louisville City FC tonight at Protective Stadium. Of course, Louisville City FC, the leaders in the USL Championship's Eastern Conference standings. As we look at the table as it currently stands coming into the night, Louisville City with 10 points from their first 4 games, Mike, here in 2022. They, Tampa Bay, lead the way. It feels like Louisville City and Tampa Bay are going to be up there for quite some time here this year.
Well, we know that those teams have been consistently good for a long, long time. It's interesting to note that Birmingham Legion have played both number 1 and 2 teams in the Eastern Conference, and they've played the number 1 team in the Western Conference. So their schedule has certainly proven to be very difficult at the start of the year.
Oh, and number 5 in the Eastern Conference as well. Birmingham Legion certainly hitting the gates hard with some of the tough teams at the top of their 2022 schedule. Legion FC with just 1 point from their first 3 matches here this year, trying to change that tonight. Meanwhile, across our USL Championship scoreboard, Memphis 901 earns 1 point on the road against Detroit City. Atlanta United 2 in control against Hartford Athletic up in the Northeast. FC Tulsa, New York Red Bulls just now getting underway. Pittsburgh Riverhounds, meanwhile, who else but Dane Kelly for a second half goal that's put them in front of Loudon.
Well, it's no surprise that Dane Kelly continues to score goals. Colorado Switchbacks also up 1-0 on the Miami FC. Again, keeping themselves in first place in the Western Conference.
That goal for Colorado, guess who? Who else but Haji Berry on the road to give Colorado Springs the advantage. They've just doubled it as we were talking right now. Across the USL news and notes, of course, already talked about the league calendar, the USL Super League operating from August to June in line with the international calendar. Certainly something to watch. But we've been watching World Cup qualifying. You talked to Mikey Lopez about World Cup qualifying. Been really fun to see the impact some of the alumni for the USL have made on some of those matches.
Well, there have been a lot of USL players or former players that have played a really big role in the international game, and it's exciting to watch.
No doubt about it. Let's look at the halftime stats here for the first 45 minutes between Birmingham Legion and Louisville City. Brought to you by Steel City Pops. And Mike, you mentioned it with about 5 minutes till halftime. Louisville City had more of the ball, but Birmingham had more of the chances, and you feel like that possession is going to take Birmingham's way here in the second half.
Yeah, there's no question the possession will change now that they're a man up. But the game of soccer is not about passing, it's about finishing. And right now it's been Legion who's already been on the front foot, who's had the better chances to score. 7 shots to 3, 3 shots on target, and I would expect those numbers to climb in the second half.
Yeah, we'll see what the second half has in store here in just a bit. Just a few minutes left in halftime before we come back for the second 45 minutes between Louisville City and Birmingham Legion here in Uptown Birmingham. We'll be back for the second half in just a moment.
I need to try it first.
It's true. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with a Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
Really? Even if my old phone looks like this?
Dude, why?
It's okay, people. I've trained for this.
It's not complicated. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with the Galaxy trade-in. Any year, any condition.
Breaking in Kasim! The first goal in Birmingham history is a beauty! Announcing it on goal, it's Daniel Thompson!
Welcome back to downtown Birmingham, Alabama Protective Stadium. Birmingham Legion FC taking on Louisville City tonight. Time to look at our first half highlights, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. And Mike, it was an even start between these two here at the beautiful Protective Stadium. Marlon Santos got the scoring chances, started early.
Legion definitely had a couple of chances. That one inches away from a goal, but Louisville City, one or two themselves. Brian Ownby always a force in front of the goal.
And so Martinez quite involved in that first half as well. He had quality link-up play with Prosper Kasim and Marlon Santos. Birmingham had the better of the opportunities. And so Martinez, I'm sure, would like to have a couple of those shots back. We didn't have a whole lot of fouls in that first 45 minutes. There were a couple of yellow cards shown for dangerous play. That one shown to Paulo De Piccolo for that challenge on Prosper Kasim. But then the big skirmish that happened a few minutes later. This has been the most impactful moment of the match to this point.
Referee right on top of the play. Gave a yellow initially, as you can see him reaching for his right top pocket, but then gave the yellow, then had a conversation with the assistant referee on the near sideline, and everything in this match changed.
So Louisville City from the 42nd minute on, reduced a man, now come out here ready to go in the second half. Playing with 10. Against the Birmingham Legion side, hungry for their first three-point performance here in 2022. And Louisville City have made a couple of changes at the break. Sean Tosh is coming on to bolster the defense. It looks like Carlos Moguel Jr. is coming on as well.
I think we're probably going to see a change of formation here. Now there's three center backs on the field for Louisville City, so it might be something in the area of a 3-4-2, 3-5-1. We'll have to wait and see. They played with three in the back in their last match against Indy 11.
Second half underway. Louisville City get play restarted. Can confirm Sean Tosh is on for Lou City. He took off Wilson Harris, so the starting striker for Louisville City. His night comes to a close. Enoch Mushagalusa's night ends prematurely as well, as Moguel Jr. replaces him.
Two attacking players come off. Two more defensive players coming on. Both those attackers probably a little frustrated with their teammate for getting sent off. Both of them eager to create goals and score goals, and now they're sitting on the bench because of a hand to the face.
Tosh connects with Corbin Bone, who couldn't quite bring that down. Siadu can. Good work by Bone to fight it back off him. O'Gale out wide, Manny Perez. Into a half space for Bone. His shot takes the deflection off of Kavita over the inline. So a corner kick coming for Lou City to start this second half.
You have to like the attitude of Louisville City. Typically when you're a man down, you might sit back, defend a smaller space, try to save your energy for the end of the game. Instead, they're coming out right away and attacking, trying to go at this Legion defense.
And O'Gale taking his time, making his way to that corner flag. Feel like we're in for a lot of that here in this second half, as Lou City has got a ways to go to try to salvage at least a point. Down a man here in Birmingham. The service, not a bad one, but Sharpie's header was well wide of the target. Matt Van Oak will waste no time for Legion FC, putting it back in play. Alex Cronali picks up his head, goes across the park in the direction of Dean. It was Dean and Enzo Martinez who caused all the problems for Louisville City in the first 45. We'll see if that trend continues here into the second 45 minutes.
Mikey Lopez and Johnny Dean way up the field, playing as true wingers rather than wing backs at the moment.
Marlon Santos brings that down off his chest. Kasim skips over Lopez, instead goes all the way across to Van Kazeel and Asiadu. Martinez tried to bend his run to stay onside, it did. Dean Trying to get it back to Martinez. Those two not quite on the same page in a tight space that time.
Legion staying up the field, trying not to let Louisville City play out of the back, force them to play big balls.
And that's what Morton's going to do as he pushes everybody forward. Fans, don't forget, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Plus hear live matches from around the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more on Sirius XM FC channel 157 and the SXM app. Ownby able to stay on side right off the shoulder of Kavita. Spy is lonesome for the moment. Del Piccolo arriving. Ownby goes down and wins a free kick in a dangerous area.
That's one of the things Louisville City's going to be looking for. Can they get people like Ownby 1v1, go at the defenders, either beat people or be happy to take the foul, get the set pieces and try to be dangerous on those.
That's a great work by Ownby. Trying to get around Van Kezio. Best set piece opportunity Louisville City have had so far tonight, and it comes early here down a man in the second half. Gale is the man to serve it. Towards the back post, Tosh got it on frame, but couldn't get a ton behind it.
Really good service into a very dangerous spot. Tosh doing well to hold Fanuel Kavita off of the ball, but just couldn't get it to the side of Matt Van Oekel.
Tosh was a set-piece weapon. Last contest out for Lou City against Indy 11. He was the man who had the equalizing goal. How about that ball from one side of the park to the other from Enzo Martinez? Kasim trying to thread it through to Dean instead of a shooting lane for himself. And Ownby draws another foul.
Ryan Ownby, a really tough matchup for any center back. He's so fast, he's strong and powerful, but he's got more quickness than any center back in the league.
Certainly plenty explosive, and he's one of the few attackers still left on the field right now for Lou City. Veteran for the boys in purple, 6 seasons now with Louisville. And he's back on the ball here. Good delivery, Dia. Avita ushers it away. How about this effort from Louisville City here? Down a man, but the first 5 minutes, they've been able to generate some attack going forward.
It's a bold move. They changed formation, went to 3 in the back, which gives them a little, perhaps more solid defending in the center of the park, and then let midfielders try and work hard and join Brian Ownby whenever they can going forward.
Siadu turns, picks up his head, trying to hold off Corbin Bone, and now is dragged down. A free kick given, and Elton Garcia back to his pockets to show a yellow card to Corbin Bone, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm.
Typically when you're talking about the referee, it means he's had too big an impact on the game. In this case, Anderson Isiadu clearly being pulled. Anytime you're grabbing someone's jersey and holding them back, you're going to get the yellow card. Corbin Bone knew exactly what he was doing, happy to take the yellow card for his team. But our referee's done a really nice job tonight of getting all the big calls right.
Del Piccolo's been booked tonight, of course. Masoso's red card earlier looms large. Now Corbin Bone joins his captain in the book of Elton Garcia. Kazel's got a bit of space. Dean right through the legs of Perez, but Martinez wasn't quite there. And Ownby runs onto it once again. How about the work rate from Brian Ownby to start this second half? Oh man, almost split defenders. He went through the legs of Kavita, but couldn't quite get possession back on the other side of him. Now Lopez has plenty of space. Marlon Santos has sunk into midfield, checking for a touch, seeing maybe if he can draw any white shirts with him. Sidu couldn't quite get it to Marlon Santos. And won't be able to turn around one black shirt. Fight off Dean as well. Here's Perez. Perez. Bone. His service cut out by Kavita, but over the end line for a corner.
I think the Legion players have maybe been fooled by the tactics of Louisville City. It's taking them a minute to figure out how many players are running forward and from where. Louisville City being more dangerous than they were when they had 11 players on the field.
Carlos Mogale Jr. to swing it in once more. Only finds the head of Alex Crinali. Amadou Dia able to keep possession for the moment for Louisville City. But his pass was a poor one. Sidu there to cut it out. Sidu couldn't quite find the killer ball, but he does find Kasim. Now more and more black shirts starting to push forward in the attack. Dean is certainly one of them. And Kaziel had to come meet that pass. Marlon Santos able to keep it in play. Referee kept his whistle down despite the contact. So Martinez on the opposite side from whence we saw him in the first 45. Lopez, first time service, blocked by Dia. And he lost his footing before he could serve it a second time. Kasim plays the switch. Zach Irivo hasn't had many touches so far in the second half, changing that in a hurry right here. Kaziel pointing to a spot, Asiadu. Can only try to flick it first time, and got a feeling we're gonna see a change sooner rather than later, given the way this second half has started for Birmingham. Haven't made the most of their man advantage through 10 minutes.
When you play with three in the back and your opponent is playing with one center forward, it's that one center forward matched up with your true center of the center backs. And that 1v1 is a dangerous situation when you've got a player with the explosiveness of Brian Ownby.
Flag was up against Inter Martinez, despite the fact that he was beaten to that ball over the top by Kyle Morton. Morton's made a couple of big saves so far tonight, and right on cue, it looks like Bruno Lapa has grabbed his shirt down below along the Legion touchline and is prepping to become the first change of the night for Tom Sohn and Birmingham Legion. Tosh brings it down with his chest, lobs it into the corner where Kaziel connects with Dean. Dean thought he kept it in play. Just the referee thought otherwise. Throw in coming for Lou City. Amadou Dia trying to serve towards Brian Ownby. Second ball brought down by Corbin Bone. Perez towards goal.
I think he was shooting that ball. He looked up, saw that everybody was marked pretty well, and he tried to blast that into the upper corner before Matt Van Oekel could get there, put it just over the bar.
Not a bad idea for Manny Perez, who's already got one assist so far this year. Here's Marlon Santos making a dangerous run. Sharpie able to cut him off. Sharpie's had a pretty solid night in central defense for Louisville City. For the most part, Louisville City have kept Marlon Santos relatively quiet. See if that remains the case with a little more than a half hour left. Legion midfielders and center backs, plenty of time on the ball, but can they pick out that killer pass? Crognale tried to, but it was behind Marlon Santos.
Picking out that killer pass is what Bruno Lapa does best. I think we're going to see one of these center backs come off.
Martinez has crossed a bit beyond everybody. Lopez trying to run it down, it does. Kasim tried to turn, couldn't keep it. And Dia able to send it away, but only as far as Alex Crognale. This is going to be the challenge for Louisville City the rest of the way. Can they hold up against this pressure of Birmingham? We're going to have ample time to assert that man advantage. Dean thought about a serve, instead finds Martinez. Lopez from the other side has plenty of space. And he delivers. Sharpie heads it away. Lopez got it to Kasim, but Kasim couldn't keep it in play. A throw in coming for Louisville City and a chance for Birmingham to make that change. Well, we don't talk about Bruno, but now we do. Bruno Lapa is coming on. And the man he's replacing, I believe, is Marlon Santos.
I thought we might see a center back come off, add a midfielder, but it's a forward off, a midfielder on. It makes it a 3-5-2 for Legion instead of the 3-4-3 they started with. But you've got your best passer, the guy who can unlock a defense with one touch. He comes on. It also puts your two forwards matched up against the two center backs of Louisville City. So we'll see if that change in shape in more of an attacking position makes a difference.
Free kick given to Birmingham as Bowen went through Zach Arivo. Bruno Lapa is on. First team All-USL selection. His rookie season back in 2020. Still solid last year. 5 goals, a couple assists, despite being limited by injury. Been a bit quiet so far to start 2022. We talked about it a little bit in the open. Figured Lapa was going to be a key piece at some point tonight. And he comes on at the hour mark with Birmingham chasing a winner with a half hour to go. Great run from Dean over the top, but his touch a little too heavy.
Johnny Dean with a great run behind the defense again, but just a little bit of a heavy touch that got away from him.
Good ball from Van Kazeel, well weighted over the top. Dean couldn't quite keep it under control. Birmingham fans, 2022 Legion FC season tickets are available now and start at just $100 for a 17-game regular season. Get yours today at bhmlegion.com/2022 tickets or by calling 205-791-7145. Again, bhmlegion.com/2022 tickets. Lopez picks up his head, surveys what he's got in front of him. Kasim is one of those black shirts. Bruno Lapa trying to make some runs in front of him as well. Arivo, Asiadu. Dean's been a focal point tonight. No surprise there. Asiadu. Martinez back to Asiadu, who couldn't quite get the shot away. It was well worked in tight spaces. All that was missing was Asiadu's final shot. An intervention at the last denied that.
When Anderson Asiadu came into this Legion FC team, he was a stay-at-home defensive midfielder, always in the hole, always winning the battle right in front of the center backs. But over the last year, year and a half, he's become much more of an attacking player, looking to combine with other attacking players and taking shots whenever he can.
Lopez went down, good defense by Lou City. Owenby's by himself, trying to win the foot race against Kavita. Owenby has plenty of speed to burn. Still Brian Owenby. Clattered from behind and a free kick given. And Brian Owenby all by himself up top right now for Louisville City is putting in quite the work rate here in this second half.
1v1 with the center back, not what a center back wants. Anderson Isiadu stepping down and trying to give some help, but clearly fouling Brian Omby from behind in a really dangerous position. This is what Louisville City is looking for. Some quick counters. If they can't get the shots off, they want the set pieces around the penalty area, and they've got a really good one here.
Second dangerous set piece opportunity for the boys in purple in this second half. Paulo Del Piccolo close to it. Carlos Mogale is as well. Against a 5-man Legion wall. Garcia gives the go-ahead. Del Piccolo has it deflected over the end line by the wall for a corner.
It's a big wall, and it's a brave wall. It does its job.
Fourth corner of the night forthcoming for Lou City. Four white shirts in and around the box for Mogale to pick out. His serve headed away by Alex Cronali. Bone tried to get it back out wide. A great job by Mogale to keep it in play. Seam cut out his pass back to Bone. And Mogale ends up losing it just over the touchline. It's a great effort.
Yeah, great effort from Prosper Kasim. Really good defending. Caught in a wide position. Had to make the right choice, and he did.
So here comes Legion FC again. Anderson Isiadu pushing forward. Mikey Lopez continues to supply width. Enzo Martinez and Prosper Kasim up top right now for Legion FC with Bruno Lapa, Isiadu, Erivo making runs in and around them. Martinez, still Martinez on the turn. One more turn and the shot is pushed wide by Morton. Oh, the footwork was fancy, but Morton read him every step of the way.
Great attacking moves from Enzo Martinez. Enzo Martinez with the ball at his feet, twisting and turning. Kyle Morton throwing his big body bravely in the way.
The referee said it was last touched by Martinez, so just a goal kick for Lou City.
And again, I think our official has it right.
Omby goes down, referee blows his whistle, and KZ will call for the foul. Free kick given to Lou City. Birmingham fans, don't forget to stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news. Be sure to follow at BHM Legion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and download the Legion FC app today. Legion FC app and at BHM Legion on social media, your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. Just the third appearance of the year for Carlos Mogale, the 18-year-old. He has been the set-piece specialist so far in this second half for Lou City. Tosh up to greet it. Van Oekel makes the play. And here comes Dean once again with the head of steam. He's got Lapa running with him. Instead serves across the park for Prosper Kasim. Kasim, his service cut out. Manny Perez got ahead to it. Isiadu still weaving. Isiadu still with it. His shot just a bit high.
Another really good opportunity for Anderson Isiadu. The ball's on his weaker left side, and he gets underneath it, puts it over the bar, but he had a pretty good look at goal.
Anderson Isiadu scored just once last year. But not a bad look right there as he was trying to find a shooting lane in traffic.
See the frustration on his face. He knows he had a pretty good look.
Throw in coming here for Legion FC. Thought head coach Tom Sohn might give us a Greg Berhalter bounce pass there. Instead, Dean found the ball before he did. Bruno Lapa. Uses the width of Lopez. Mikey Lopez cutting it inside. Zach Garavaux. Asiadu once more. Dean, a bit too tall for Enzo Martinez, but it falls kindly for Lapa. Kasim only finds the arms and gloves of Kyle Morton.
One of the problems that Legion has, all of their attacking players are on the less tall side of the team, and so Louisville City is sitting back, 3 central defenders that are all big guys, good in the air, and there's no physical presence in front of the goal to play as a target for Legion. They're getting the ball, they're getting the chances, but when that cross comes in, so far Louisville City's been cleaning it up pretty well.
69 minutes gone. Danny Cruz, incredulous look on his face. Louisville City did not get a foul called a few moments earlier. Ownby trying to hold it up, but instead only found the feet of Anderson Asiadu. Dribbles around Tosh and is brought down. Free kick given. No harm in it there from Tosh, just trying to slow down Asiadu. Let his defense get reorganized once again.
Louisville City doesn't mind giving up those fouls in midfield. It lets them get everybody back on defense. It gives them a second to catch their breath, slows the game, gets everyone back on defense. That's what they want.
"20 minutes to go tonight. Can Birmingham find that breakthrough and capitalize on a man advantage they've had since minute 42? Lovely flick from Ownby, and now he's free. Ownby running at the Birmingham defense, and a good job by Alex Crinale to stop it. And how much does Brian Ownby have left in the tank here for the final 20 minutes tonight? He has been working hard in this second half.
He's put in the miles, but tonight every one of those miles has been at a sprint.
Kasim is in, the flag is down, Morton stands tall. Lapa back into the mix. Martinez, and a whistle and a free kick given to Lou City as Martinez controlled it with his arm. What a play by Kyle Morton. Prosper Kasim's run was onside.
Great defending, great goalkeeping. Prosper Kasim in on net. Takes it well, but Kyle Morton just holds his ground, stays big, makes the play of the game so far.
We talked to Danny Cruz during the week. He said one of the biggest reasons this Lou City team went out and got Kyle Morton was, we hope our goalkeeper doesn't face that many shots, but every team knows occasionally you're going to need your goalkeeper to make a big save or two. We feel like Kyle Morton's the guy that can do that. So far, Morton certainly has lived up to that billing. Misplay there by Perez. Dean back on it. Tried to play through Martinez, instead only found his back heel. Alex Crinale beats Ownby to the corner to run that down. Did he keep it in play? No. Throw in coming for Lou City. Fans, don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of the USL Championship action on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Glad to have you with us if you're joining us on ESPN Plus tonight from Birmingham. It's already been a successful day for the city of Louisville. Louisville City's sister club in the NWSL, Racing, picking up a convincing 3-0 win over the Kansas City Currents. Louisville supporters in purple were hoping for a similar result for Lou City, but that's certainly not going to be the case tonight. Lou City down and playing with 10 men for quite some time now. They've held the door against this Legion side so far, But will that trend continue? Kavita, bending pass along the floor to find Denzel Martinez. Martinez cuts it inside. Lapa was making the run, and an excellent intervention at the last from Winder to get a foot in. Allow Louisville City to clear it away. A little more than a quarter hour to go tonight. Blake Gardner, Mike Gebbin, glad to have you with us from Protective Stadium, Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham still searching for that goal to put them in front. That would perhaps give them their first three-point performance here in 2022. Louisville City came into the night unblemished, trying to leave Birmingham that way.
When you have a team that sits back as far as Louisville City is doing right now, there's a couple of different ways you can beat them. One is around the outside, as we're seeing Mikey Lopez do right there. But the problem is Legion don't really have a force in front of goal when balls are in the air. You can try and beat the team with quick passing, interplay between midfielders and forwards. We've seen that once or twice with Anderson and Siadu getting a shot or two. And the other way is you can beat them simply on the dribble. One player beats a man and maybe beats a second and gets the shot off. We'll see if Legion are able to mix it up a little bit and maybe get some from each of those methods.
Birmingham do have a couple of big targets left to perhaps sub into this contest. Juan Agudelo, not one of them. The new signing announced on Thursday, not quite ready in time to be in the 18 for this match. Eddie Horvat, Mackie Jope, both available. Might we see them a bit later on? Lopez tried to get it to Enzo Martinez. Instead, it was cut out. Owenby holds off Kavita, touches it around Crognale. Owenby, and a key intervention at the last from Kavita. The Birmingham captain with perhaps the defensive play of the night for Legion FC.
It was a foot race. Kavita did really well to get there first.
Captain Fonwell Kavita, the former Clemson Tiger, has played every minute for Birmingham so far in this one after he played a ton of minutes a season ago as well. Big reason why Birmingham was so good defensively back in 2021. And if he doesn't deny Brian Owenby right there, Owenby's in on goal with a chance to give Lou City a lead. Piccolo finds Bone. Good run from Bone, cuts it back, Owenby. Not this time from Brian Owenby.
Legion very quickly getting the ball back in play, not wasting any time, wanting to keep the pressure on this Louisville City defense.
As you would expect, Birmingham have won the possession battle here in the second half, but they haven't turned it into as many chances as they probably would have preferred. Can Bruno Lapa change that here? Couldn't quite thread it through to Enzo Martinez. Winder trying to find Owenby, instead Alex Crognale cuts it out. Crognale is back on it. Dean making the run. Crognale instead plays behind him to Kasim. Siadu. Bruno Lapa. Alex Crognale, the center back, is pushed forward. He wanted a ball served in the air. Van Kazeel might oblige him. It is towards Crognale, but a bit too tall.
Alex Crognale trying to give Legion that presence up front.
Van Oekel off his line, just barely beats Owenby to it. Brian Owenby continues to terrorize the Legion FC center backs in the second half.
As this ball is played, it bounces instead of skipping and almost caught Matt Van Oekel. He did well to get to that one first before Brian Owenby.
Brian Owenby might be, if it's not Kyle Morton, it might be Brian Owenby that's the man of the match tonight for Lou City. See how things shake out over the final 12+ minutes. Bone fought off it by Van Kaziel. Asiadu, lovely touch to find Enzo Martinez, and now Birmingham can break. Louisville City scurrying back, trying to get organized as Lapa and Kasim push forward.
Legion have not had very many chances to counterattack in this second half. Louisville City's done really well getting bodies back.
Asiadu tees it up, and Morton makes the save.
Makes the save and holds on to the ball.
Another big play by Morton. Hard to tell from this angle whether it was on frame or not. Based on that look, it probably was. Morton with strong hands, able to keep it. Kasim to Lopez. Good pressure applied by Winder. 16-year-old has put in quite a good bit of work tonight. Dean. Looking for Enzo Martinez. How about the placement of this ball? Martinez trying to bring it down. Martinez! Another stonewall play from Morton, but before that, a free kick given.
Kyle Morton is standing on his head. This one might not have counted anyway, but what a save. Enzo Martinez with some magic touches to beat his man.
We'll see if we can spot the foul. Enzo Martinez trying to get around Winder. Maybe that right hand is what drew the whistle. It didn't look like there was much there.
But a little bit of an odd fall from the defender, but Enzo Martinez with a great little touch around the center back. Either way, Louisville City had the ball. Kyle Morton coming up big one more time.
And Louisville City using the stoppage to make a change as well. Ray Serrano, the 19-year-old, started his career with Tacoma, is on, replacing Corbin Bone, who's done a good bit of work out of the Lou City midfield tonight.
And I do think that's exactly what it is. Corbin Bone has had to do the work of two. He's got to be fatigued. They're just trying to keep some fresh legs on the field.
Birmingham prepping their own change below. Talked about the lack of big targets. Mackie Jope is going to change that here in a moment. Asiadu finds Lopez. Lapa. Kasim. Asiadu couldn't quite get on the other end of it. Serrano's got his first touches since coming on. Under pressure supplied by Lopez, and Lopez is going to be called for the foul. And it's going to be Lopez who's the man making way for the man from the Senegal, Mackie Jope, coming on for Legion FC, the third time he's come off the bench in the early part of 2022.
He certainly provides some size up top. Mikey Lopez came off. Johnny Dean has switched to the right side, which is his more natural position. And Mackie Jope has gone straight up front with Enzo Martinez to give a little more of a presence for those crosses that are likely to come in from either Johnny Dean on the right or now Prosper Kasim on the left.
Kavita trying to usher it over the end line. Instead it goes over the touchline. A throw in from that corner flag for Legion FC. Birmingham fans, head to the Legion FC Twitter page at BHM Legion immediately following the final whistle to vote on who you thought earned man of the match honors tonight. At BHM Legion on Twitter. Johnny Dean's certainly been a big part of things tonight for Birmingham. Enzo Martinez as well, but perhaps man of the match still very much to be decided with 7+ minutes left tonight. Hervo chips it towards Van Kaziel. Looking over the top. Winder up to meet it. It's a row of 5 at the back for Lou City. Down a man, trying to keep everything in front of them.
So far, they've been able to do it. But once or twice when Legion have gotten behind them, Kyle Morton has made the play.
Mackie Jope, his first touch since coming on, finds Zach Arivo. Prosper Kassim has relocated to the left wing. Driving at Perez, Kassim to the byline. His cross cut out by Perez. And that is great defensive work from Manny Perez. Dean back on it. Jope in a wide position. Arivo. Lapa fighting a bit of an overload. Jope back out wide to Dean. Dean's service. Jope with a dive, couldn't quite get there. And OMB is clattered from behind by Zach Arivo. So a free kick coming for Loose City. Homby once again, can't say enough about the hold-up play and the efforts of the 31-year-old tonight.
His energy level, his competitiveness, his pure blazing speed are second to none.
Serve towards Del Piccolo, headed by Van Kaziel. Good work by Kassim to get it back to his teammate. Tosh beats Mackie Jope to that ball in the air. Olmby on the turn. Almost connected with Serrano in a dangerous spot. How about that flick? Del Piccolo. Perez. Back to Del Piccolo. Loose City content here to play with the ball at their feet for at least a few moments longer. They've had to do quite a bit of defending here in this second half. Lovely touch there from Mackie Jope, around 1 minute and a second. Some applause from the crowd down below for the substitute, who's now hacked down by Tosh, and that is a yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm.
That's a yellow card, but a really hard tactical foul from behind, studs to the back of the leg. I think he's a little bit lucky that it's only yellow.
The referee has issued a yellow card caution for Louisville City FC number 4, Sean Tosh in the 84th.
Tosh making sure that Mackie Jope could dance no further. That is our 5th yellow card caution tonight. It's Kavita and Marlon Santos on the Legion side of things. Corbin Bone, Del Piccolo, Sean Tosh now have all been shown yellow, not to mention Napa Masoso's game-changing red card back in the 42nd minute. Time continues to tick, 87th minutes. Birmingham have been up a man for the last 40-plus minutes, but they haven't found the breakthrough just yet. How many more opportunities can they create over the final 3+ minutes? Plus a few minutes of stoppage time. Dean has bodies arriving in and around the area. He's driving that direction as well. Instead, he serves through everybody.
Wasn't quite sure what to do. He tried to play the ball into a dangerous position, which he did, but it went right between all the attacking players for Legion FC.
What a hard-earned point this would be for Louisville City. They escaped Birmingham with some type of a result tonight. Their strong defensive work to start 2022 has continued so far this evening. Came into the night having surrendered just 1 goal so far this year. Here comes Enzo Martinez, cuts it back, Lapa! His shot blocked away by Tosh.
When Bruno Lapa came on the field, we talked about him potentially setting players up with his passing. Instead, this time, Enzo Martinez sets up Bruno Lapa. Great pullback. Bruno Lapa with a clear look at goal. And instead it looks like he hits Prosper Kasim, or I think it's Mackie Jopi hitting the back of the leg with the shot.
Lapa on the volley, tries to bring it back into the mix. Instead, it's sent away once more. And a nervy moment avoided for Louisville City, and now they can counter. Manny Perez is around Lapa. He's got Owenby coming with him, and Dean does just enough to put it over and give Lou City another corner. And the boys in purple will use the stoppage to make one more change. And it's Hunter Sikelski, the 19-year-old and Louisville City native, making what I believe is his first appearance of the year. The man signed an academy contract last month. Made the 18 for this trip to Birmingham, and he replaces Brian Owenby in the late stages.
That substitution is a little bit about fresh legs and a lot more about wasting some time on the substitution. 45 seconds or a minute ticks off the clock.
And a yellow card has been shown to Kano Smith on the Legion FC touchline as he was telling referee Elton Garcia to speed the affairs of play along. Louisville City still have not served in this corner. O'Gale taking his time, to put it mildly. His service is well beyond everyone. Siadou will bring it down. And now here comes Mackie Jope. Legion FC pushing forward once again. Mackie Jope around one man. Plays to the run of Kasim. Kasim is in. Kasim denied again by Morton. What a night Kyle Morton's having. This is special stuff from number 1 in orange.
Louisville City spent some money to bring Kyle Morton in, and that's why right there, because single-handedly he's keeping them in this match.
Another Chick-fil-A corner kick coming for Birmingham. Elton Garcia is having to separate a skirmish around the 6-yard box before this corner is taken. Fourth official down below confirmed 3 minutes of stoppage time, brought to you by UAB Medicine. Zach Arivo and Amadou Dia right on top of each other near Kyle Morton. Enzo Martinez with an in-swinger. Alex Crinelli heads it into the mix, still loose. And now cleared away by Louisville City. Louisville City have done the job, down a man for a bulk of the night. Can they hang on for a couple more minutes?
Alex Crinelli has gone forward as well, bringing that big body into the penalty area. Legion now with Mackie Jope and Alex Crinelli giving them a presence in the air.
Siadou swings it that direction. It's headed away, but only as far as Arivo. Dean. Another service. A bit beyond its intended targets. And Kavita chested only to a man in a white shirt. Sikelski pushing forward, hounded by Kavita. Sikelski can only redirect it vaguely towards Matt Van Oekel, but he allows more time to tick off the clock for this Lou City defense.
I think Louisville City might have been a little happier if he'd have just kept that ball in the corner rather than trying to go around Kavita.
Mackie Jope into the area. His shot takes a deflection. And another corner kick coming for Birmingham. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Mackie Jope has been a force since coming on. He's beaten people all over the field. He's been dangerous in front of goal. He's getting shots off. He's certainly making his presence felt.
It'll be Kasim to swing it in to the near post, all the way through. Siadou trying to create some space. Hounded by Perez. And his service is back towards the midway stripe. Elton Garcia looks at his watch and blows full time. Louisville City down a man since the 42nd minute. Escape Protective Stadium with a point from their matchup against Birmingham Legion.
On any other night, you might feel like a point against the league leaders is a good point to have. But Legion with so much possession, so many chances, so many one versus the goalkeepers late in the game. They have to be disappointed, and Louisville City has to feel like they just won the match.
What a defensive effort from the boys in purple, and most especially the goalkeeper Kyle Morton tonight. Birmingham had their chances but could not find the breakthrough here at home, and we end level. We'll wrap up this contest in our coverage when we return.
Our job is to keep your lights on. That's what you expect and deserve from Alabama Power. Our team works hard to prevent outages, but when they happen, we're on it. And we have some new tools to keep you informed. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see local outages and get repair time updates. Sign up to get personalized outage alerts by text or email for free. While we're out there getting your lights back on, we want you to have the latest information. That's our job, and we're grateful you trust us to serve you.
One more.
One more.
One more, please.
One more, guys. One more. Set. Hop.
Hey, kid. Yeah, we'll take one more.
Oh, one more.
Wow! Do it one more time. Do it one more time.
Welcome back to Protective Stadium, uptown Birmingham, Alabama. Two of the best teams in the East from a season ago, with a hard-fought night tonight that ends in a scoreless draw. Despite Birmingham's second half scoring chances, Kyle Morton and Lou City keep the team at bay, and Bruno Lapa with his hands on his head is probably one of the defining images of the night from the Birmingham perspective. As we get a look at our final stats tonight, Blake Gardner, Mike Getman here with you, and Mike, of course, Birmingham had more of the ball in the second half with the man advantage. They generate 5 shots on target, but nothing that beats Kyle Morton. That certainly has to be disappointing.
Possession doesn't mean as much as the 13 shots do. Typically, you get that many shots on goal, you think one of them's going to find the net. But tonight, it was the Kyle Morton show at the back of the team, and it was Brian Ownby up front that was the difference in this match.
No doubt about it. Lou City able to escape with a point, despite the fact that they played down a man since the 42nd minute when Napo Masotso was sent off, and Lou City, their unbeaten run to start 2022 remains intact. And now they try to take that form as they continue this road trip. Loudoun, San Diego Loyal, Charleston Battery. The opponents are interesting, but it's going to be tough with that many road trips in a row coming up for the boys in purple.
It's going to be a little bit tougher for them now. Loudoun on the East Coast, San Diego on the West Coast, then back to the East Coast for Charleston. It's a bit of travel to go along with some pretty tough matches.
Meanwhile, for Birmingham, Legion FC back at home this Sunday to take on Hartford Athletic. And if you're not cashing in tonight against Louisville City, a lot of pressure on that match on Sunday for Birmingham to get 3 points from that one.
Well, Legion are going to look at this next 4 or 5 games and go, hey, nobody's ranked #1 in the league. Nobody's sitting on top of the table. It's going to feel a little bit better to them when they get back to the practice field this week.
Of course, not included on both sides' schedules, both active in the U.S. Open Cup coming up this midweek. As Louisville City's at home against Chattanooga Red Wolves, the Birmingham Legion. This Thursday, 7 o'clock at the University of Alabama Soccer Stadium in Tuscaloosa, before coming back here to Protective Stadium next Sunday, April 10th at 4 o'clock Central Time to take on Hartford Athletic. Get your tickets today and find out more information on bhmlegion.com. That'll do it for our coverage from uptown Birmingham, Alabama, Protective Stadium. An entertaining contest tonight ends in a scoreless draw between Louisville City and Birmingham Legion FC. For Mike Getman and our entire crew in Birmingham, we say so long, and we'll talk to you next Sunday for Birmingham Legion and Hartford Athletic in another edition of USL Championship Soccer.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.